Hey everybody, we're finally ready. So, welcome everybody. Thank you for watching. We are going to play Nutshell. That's what it's called, Nutshell. This is the game that's included with the beginner's 4D handbook in the very back. And it's not a play test. It's already been play tested. Um, but we're just trying it out. So there's like a demonstration for people to see how to play it. We won't be like going over the rules during the game. It'll just be in the background. So you get a sense of how that works. And with me are Bacon
Hello, hello. Pleasure to be here. Thanks for having me. Again.
and Mike.
Hey, how's it going?
It's going good. I'm excited to get started. And in case anyone doesn't know, these guys are the writers of the Beginner's 4D Handbook, as well as Nutshell. And I think with that, we're ready to...
Mike wrote Nutshell. I edited Nutshell, and
I
he's
get
going to probably have something to say about that. But
No, I get the blame for Nutshell. All its foibles.
Let me make sure I've got my notes here. I've got my cheat sheet.
Excellent.
All right, fellas, let's go. I think we'll start. You guys have already been charged by the king with your orders, and you're on the road to this village. So I'll go ahead and start. The king of the Atlantean Empire has charged his finest, including Marius, Rittenbacher, and Marion Bird, and his 18 other finest, to go on a journey and see a nearby village of the Atlantean Empire, of which the Draka barbarians have camped nearby. He fears that these barbarians are after the sacred crystal lake that is nearby. He fears they covet its magic power. The mountain range that Marius and Marion are next to, it's a bright day. The sun shines, cloudy, slightly cloudy rather. Wind blows forebodingly. The men on their horses clopping along leisurely, looking ahead.
This is unconscionable. I can't believe that we are finding ourselves in a position to, I don't know, prevent this potential uprising. Peace had already been brokered. The king, in his magnanimity, had accepted their treaty and their terms. And now this is how they repay us, by coming too close to a sacred site that we, by rights, own.
So you're saying some Draka don't respect treaties and rights? That seems surprising to me.
I am entirely on my back foot. This is unconscionable. It's an unconscionable transgression against the king, and as a result, an unconscionable transgression against myself. And I will defend the king until my dying breath.
A man with a long red beard and a flowing mane of hair. His horse next to Marius says, "That's the spirit, Marius. We'll need that in battle."
So we are to battle then.
Well, he grips his axe on his side. I'm always ready for it.
I mean, we could ask them nicely, but I doubt they'll listen to reason.
Indeed.
Well, they are trespassers on the king's land. We
Yeah.
have them dead to rights. I place a hand on the center pistol that's secured in the brace that I wear across my chest.
The valley between the mountains opens up wider. There is a river in the distance coming into view. The man with the red beard raises his axe up and says, "When the king appointed me, Sir Nicholas, as one of his finest, he knew he could trust in my blade. And I trust in you boys as well." He puts his axe back down.
Stretching out, use on my two-handed axe. Yep, I'm about ready. Give a little kiss for luck.
I break my horse from formation and I turn around to position myself in front of the man with the red beard, or in between the man with the red beard and the rest of the company. I say, I too have a personal encounter with the king. He trusts me implicitly. I am his best man, and we are going to be victorious on this mission in his name.
He jerks his horse to a stop. Indeed, Sir Marius. And what does this mean? Anything deeper to you, Marion?
He paid me well. He pays me well every time. So, to war it is.
He laughs. The other men just laughing, not saying much. The smell of sweet flowers mixed with water and the earthy smell. The river close by now. Some rocks by the river, and something peeks out from behind one of them.
Halt!
The men halt abruptly. "What is it?" says Sir Nicholas.
I halt and I pull on the pistol on my brace several times before it comes free. My helmet tips down as I do so. I put it back on my head and I begin to wildly point it around.
By the rocks.
The thing goes back behind the rocks. Sir Nicholas looks at, "What are you talking about? I don't see anything."
There is something behind those rocks. One moment, and I dismount, and I crawl, and I creep over to the rocks, and I come around the other side from where it peaked.
Roll your skullduggery.
Sure. So it's
Target number 6. Easy.
10.
There, chewing on a bone as it waits behind the rocks, seeming unaware of you, looking toward the rest of the party.
I axe it. I swipe at it with my two-handed axe, trying to cleave it.
Roll very easy.
12.
Simple.
Oh, 7, 10.
Okay, significant success. The blade sinks into its shoulder. It screams out. It's blood curdling and drops instantly, blood pooling around on the ground.
I come back around the rocks. I yell for the rest and tell them it was a scout. And then walk back to my horse and remount.
Nicholas asks, What was it? He's approaching the river with his own horse.
Some sort of evil, ghouly creature eating bone,
Draka for sure.
for sure.
That's a Draka?
Well, I suppose technically not, but they might as well be. They're aligned.
Well, this will not stand.
They are that intertwined with the forces of darkness and shadow. The Draka barbarians have sided with all sorts of creatures. Demons, I don't know. He approaches the river. Well, Marion, do you think it's safe to cross?
Well, we know that there's one scout. There's likely more. Keep your eyes open and look around.
There are lots of trees on the other side of the river. They rustle from the wind blowing. Other than that, nothing in sight.
Let's cross.
The water splashes as the party of horses crosses through slowly, carefully, and gets to the other side. Nicholas looks around.
I look around to survey the woods before us.
Empty.
I have my arm folded at the elbow, pistol resting up on my shoulder, head on a swivel, constantly casting back and forth from one side of the road to the other. Every once in a while, spinning around to see what's behind us, moving forward with the rest of the company, keeping pace.
Nicholas stays quiet, keeping pace. There's the crunch of underbrush and twigs as the company moves through the forest.
Sir Nicholas, how much longer till the village, encampment, lake?
Should be just an hour. No, not too much longer.
Can we double time? I'd like to get there and remove this evil from the king's lands as quickly as possible.
He grins at you. Of course. Marion, you ready?
Yes, always.
The rest of the hour passes. Finally, the forest comes to an end. Right at the edge of the tree line, the village is in view. It's small enough that another forest is visible behind it because the hill goes upward behind it and a forest is visible. There is in the distance a body of water shining, sparkling.
Do the villagers know of the trouble that they're in?
Oh yes, the Draka have been here for at least a week now. I don't suspect they've been having a grand time with them.
Oh, then the villagers should be well aware of where the Draka are camped. I say we go do a little investigating and see where in what directions they are so that we can plan from there.
Right. Okay, then you lead, Sir Marius.
I chuff up at being told to lead. And I addressed the company. All right, men, let's go. I guess break formation. And let's get as much information as we can from the townsfolk. Yes. And I turn around and immediately trot into the village, paying no heed to what anyone else is doing behind me.
I trot after him.
They hesitate for a moment, and Nicholas waves them on through, and they follow. The village closer now comes into view. People about going about their business in the street. A man chopping wood. Another, mostly people just walking to and fro.
I call over the man chopping wood.
Yes. He eyes the company.
Sir, we are wondering where the Drakar are encamped and who best to talk to know that information.
Oh, relief washes over him. Thank the gods you're here. He comes close, woodcutting.
I
axe
stop
in
him
his hand.
immediately and say, no, thank the king that we're here. It's the king who sent us. Now, quickly, tell us where these Drakar are.
They're, of course, they're uncomfortably close. I think sometimes they come into the village at night. Not sure, but he points just outside the village, just into the tree line, in a perpendicular direction from which you came. I believe they've set up camp that way. They haven't made a move yet, but we're not. People are grabbing their axes and their pitchforks, if you catch my meaning.
I nod along as I'm being told this information. Thank you, kind citizen. I appreciate it. Subject. And I spin my horse around and I look for Sir Nicholas, expecting him to be behind me, having rode out in front.
He's there.
I directly approach him. Sir Nicholas, speaking to him as my second in command. We have discovered where the Drakar are encamped. They're beyond that tree line over there. I indicate with a pointed finger. Please round up the men and let us dispatch them quickly. And again, I spin and ride off in the direction that I pointed.
He's relaying the information to the rest of the company, and some of them express a little concern, but he raises his axe high and says, "We are here to do what we must do, and we will follow Marius to the word." And they follow behind.
I come clopping over from where the axe, the woodcutter was doing his business, and I fall in line next to in the front rank, just behind Marius.
The forest comes into view, and an arrow comes from a high angle and lands right to the side of Sir Nicholas's horse.
I begin wildly pointing the pistol around that I hadn't replaced in the brace. I'm just constantly carrying it up on my shoulder. and now it's being waved around in front of me in the direction I think that the arrow may have come from.
Roll perception. TN 10. Difficult.
That's a fail. As I'm casting about from the back of my horse, my loose helmet continues to. I constantly replace it on the top of my head. It continues to fall down in front of my eyes. I can see virtually nothing.
Marion.
We should make haste. Not give him any more opportunities to do that.
Sir Nicholas behind. Indeed, Sir Marion. Let us go in then. Pointing his axe forward and rushing his horse as fast as it'll go. All the men following behind toward the tree line.
I shout an order to charge as I attempt to overtake Sir Nicholas.
The horses pick up speed.
I ride hard and heavy just behind Marius.
There is another arrow striking at Marion. A success. 2 strikes right in the abdomen.
I cry out a little bit and then quickly stifle my cries. Let's get them within axe range.
There, the tree line comes up. It's the men start dismounting their horses as it's the trees are too close to continue riding. Nicholas gets off, and now they're clearly visible. These disgusting creatures. He goes towards one, swinging his axe at it. Just barely getting enough, striking it in the thigh. As well as this ghoulish creature, there are men, the Draka.
I will level my pistol at the Draka with the ape skull helm and fire. It's an 11.
Okay, success. The blast takes it by surprise. It yells out, it's a man, but it sounds like a beast. It clutches its stomach. Oh!
I drop the pistol, having been spent, and grab the next one from the brace.
I charge one of the Draka.
Roll. You need an 8.
That'll be 6. Nope, fail. He gets me by 2.
It anticipates your charge and leaps out at you, biting like some kind of animal. Regular success, yeah.
Yep. I fall off my horse face first into the mud. I am down.
Nicholas sees you. No! And charges at this thing. And is not able to um, not able to beat its strength and agility, and it lands a bite on him as well. The other men charge in and soon begin to overwhelm the 4 Draka. The ape-like man, as well as the ghoul, quickly dispatched. These 2 remain fighting to the bloody death.
With my next shot, I level it against this bare-chested, club-wielding barbarian. It's a 12.
12 as well. So, success for you. It takes the hit, stumbling back, regaining its composure, using its club as a stick to lean on. This club wielding barbarian makes a counterattack of his own at Marius. 5.
It's 11.
Okay. That's a substantial success, or a significant success.
So in one fluid motion, I will dismount, grab my halberd that was strapped in on the saddle support, and strike out in a stabbing motion against him.
And this halberd pierces through, blood spurting out in its gut, painting the trees. Oh, it falls down. The only one remaining with its giant axe covered in blood comes for Sir Nicholas. And Nicholas tries to defend himself. Just barely able to defend himself, and then counterattacking, swinging his axe and striking.
I rest my hand on the final pistol in the brace, shake my head no, take my halberd up in both hands, and I run at this barbarian and sweep the axe end of the halberd in a huge horizontal overhead arc, attempting to decapitate him. It's a 9.
It lands true, but it still stands somehow. Cut through his helm and into his head, and yet it lives. It speaks. It, in a perverse form of Atlantean, screaming, blood coming, dripping from underneath the helm. Doing an overhead chop at Marius. 11. So, bare success for Marius.
I, with the shaft of the halberd, trap the axe and then attempt to stab back.
And this blow is enough to end this Draka barbarian. Blood spilling out onto the underbrush. He drops his axe and says, in plain Atlantean, "This is not over. We will come for Atlantis." Falls to his knees and drops over.
I approach with my halberd and just make sure, stand over him and take a huge downward stab into his chest, clean through, ramming hard until I feel the soil and the rock. I take it out, refasten it to the saddle.
The rest of the men looking around, checking. There's nothing else in the forest. Nicholas runs over to Marion, his blood pooling on the ground. Marion, roll endurance. TN 8.
That'll do.
He looks at you. Marion, are you all right?
I've seen better days. Spitting out blood.
He throws his weapon to the ground and pulls out, goes to his horse and grabs some bandages from his pack.
I see what Nicholas is doing, and I, after fastening my halberd back into its secure, grab some bandages from my pack as well, and I meet him back over at the bleeding and bloody Marion.
Nicholas says, "I see. Well, go ahead then, Marius."
Sure. I start to unravel the bandages that are rolled up very nicely in a very haphazard way. I clearly have no idea what I'm doing. And I place an end of one of the bandages directly over top of the wound. Marion, hold this. Well, I pick Marion's hand up and put it on the wound and make sure that it's secure, and I loosely wrap it around as I just walk around Marion, trying to make sure that the abdominal wound is well covered.
Roll expertise. Very hard. Or challenging. 12.
It's an even 12.
Just enough. The blood flow finally stops. And Nicholas looks at Marion. Looks like you'll make it after all. He pulls out a wine skin and begins celebrating.
I'm glad I can live to fight another day.
Indeed, and long live the king.
I stop what I'm doing in the middle of that, and yes, long live the king. And I clap Sir Nicholas on the back and I say, this isn't so hard after all. I've single-handedly dispatched the Draka. I've saved our wounded from dying. They could have sent me out by myself.
The rest of the men raise their spears and their wine flask to the sky. The sun rises, shines beautifully over the Atlantean Empire, all its villages reflecting off its crystal lake, safe and secure. In the distance, over the mountaintops far away, the shadow of the Draka Empire lingers. We'll call it there.
That was
I know
that was
that was
great.
I loved it. I guess I bombed a bunch of rolls. I never do that. That literally never happens to me. I'm the low roller of the group usually.
No, you did
nice,
great.
nice.
I screwed up on my wound count. I forgot that I was counting up, and I thought I was counting down. So I
So
I
you
had
took
taken
one
two
and then went to
wounds,
zero.
and then I went to 0 when I took 2 more. And I was
Gotcha.
like, oh, well, I guess I died. And then I re-looked at it after I was dead and laying there and like on mute. And I realized, no, I had 2 more wounds left. But oh, well, the fiction dictated what the fiction dictated.
Yeah.
Indeed. It was good though. It was good. I
Yeah,
thought
it was good.
That's
the
fun.
enemies were great. The scenario was awesome.
Yeah.
The setting was cool. I liked everything about it. I had a lot of fun.
I'm sorry about my
Mine-
dog, everybody. He was getting insistent with me.
Man, Henry's
He-
a cool dude. He can hang out anytime.
Okay.
He just wants to role play with us.
That's
Yeah,
right.
he just wants to role play.
He wanted
Build
the
him up a
character. He was telling me I was screwing up. It was a whole thing.
He was trying to tell you were taking wounds wrong.
We should have had a hound accompany the company,
Yeah.
sniff out the ghouls and stuff. Anyway, I know it was short. I don't know if I properly communicated that, but like I wasn't sure exactly how long it would be, but I just wanted to be like a demonstration of how it goes.
It was a great demonstration, and honestly, it probably would have gone on longer. We were supposed to have 2 more participants. Sadly, had to cancel at the last moment. In fact, I almost had to cancel at the last moment. I lost power, but I
Yeah.
luckily was able to get up and running right before Elf Hunter brought us live. And it probably would have gone longer had we had those 2 additional participants.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But I thought it was great as is. I quite liked it.
Yeah, it was wonderful. It was a great premise, easy to follow and fun to pick up. It featured a large part of the combat elements going on, and that was
Yeah.
exciting. So I liked it.
Yep. So you got to see some opposed rolls and combat. I don't think I was doing that at first for some reason. And then Mike, you clued me in to do that. I think it's like, oh yeah, I read this multiple times. Let me do that.
Yeah. Yeah, close combat works where you have opposed rolls, and the difference between the higher and lower is the strikes that whomever takes, and the tie goes to the attacker for 1 strike. So yeah,
Oh, okay. Oh, that's
Oh,
right.
we might have
Tie goes to
miscalculated then, right?
attacker. I was always thinking tie goes to PCs, but
Right,
it's
okay.
goes to attacker.
it goes to attacker. A tie, because the difference for 0 to 1 is a bare success, which is 1 strike, and the only way you get a bare success is if you're the attacker, because the tie goes to the attacker.
Right. Okay. Yeah. So as you guys can see, it's any people watching, it's a simple system. It's 2d6 plus your skill, like these guys were saying. It's opposed rolls for your combat, unopposed roll for a skill check, and I just set a target number. I don't know if you can't really see, but it has simple, easy, average, difficult, challenging, and extraordinary. So you just for anything that makes it more or less challenging, add 2 or subtract 2. Very
Yep.
simple.
Available for free in the free Beginner's 4D Handbook, available on drivethrough.com
That's right.
or drivethroughrpg.com. Pardon me.
Which
Yep.
I have linked in the description below.
Excellent. It's a really quick, simple game designed to be able to produce PCs very rapidly, to get you into a game, to just give 4D a shot. Obviously, you don't have to be using it with 4D. You can play whatever damn game you want in whatever style you want. It's designed to be just a real quick, kind of punchy, lethal game.
Mhm. And I know we did a short, like literally 30 minutes, I think. Maybe the shortest game I've done. that was pretty straightforward and just had like 1 or 2 combats in it, and some not very complex. You can use it for whatever kind of games you want, though. I was just
Yes.
keeping it short and to the point.
Yes.
No, for sure. I think the other thing too is people should feel free to hack or mod it as they see fit for their world and their needs. It's there's nothing about it that's written in stone, so feel free to manipulate it as you need.
Which we did a little bit. And the first thing I said was, guys, I just read it, but I promise I'm not trying to like change it and complicate things. But I'm just trying to use the rules you guys have already made and see where they would fit in the setting that we're
Yeah.
doing. So
Yeah, sure.
I thought
sure.
like it's just assumed everyone's wearing chainmail, so we don't need to worry about like the armor or whatever. That's just everyone has the chainmail, and then +2 to your roll if you're using the pistol, so it's more likely to do a little bit more damage.
Yeah.
kind of
Mike
thing.
and I have actually messed around with the discussion of ranged combat because well, we'll talk about it later. I don't want to, because who knows? We might be working on something. Something may come out. There might be like an advanced Nutshell or another iteration of Nutshell. I don't know, but we have discussed changing ranged rules because it's just a little bit out of sync with everything else, in my view, and that's not a criticism. I love the game as it is.
Oh yeah, fair. I guess it's because it's not opposed.
Right.
Yeah. But anyway, it's a cool game. I could see, more one-shots or campaigns like that. And like you guys said, it's punchy. And if the combat lasts, more than a round or two, people will go down quick.
Yeah.
Real quick.
Very, very quick.
I like that.
Yeah. In our play tests, I think we saw death was a pretty regular occurrence in our play tests.
Yeah, I think we had a player
Nice.
character die pretty much every game.
At least a
Yeah.
player character. Yeah. Just the way it worked. Yeah.
That's good. I like that. That's how I like it. I'm in a campaign where I've done 6 sessions and 4 PC deaths and 5 NPC deaths and a bunch of background character deaths that I don't even know.
Wow. Well,
I
4
didn't
PC deaths in 6 sessions is that's a pretty solid ratio.
Yeah, I didn't think it was that much, and I look back and I'm like, wait, yeah, there's a lot, I guess.
Adept Austin asked if we had considered Eggshell RPG, and the answer is no, it was too delicate. So we went with Nutshell.
True. And if you
We
play
are playing with the name of the GM for the system, though. Nutcracker came up. Maybe so we're playing the Nutshell RPG, and David plays the role of the Nutcracker for this game.
I was asking before the stream, do y'all just call it the GM or what? And we thought of Nutcracker. I'm like, I have to do that. That's just too silly. I have to do that.
Yep.
Anyway, thank you, sir. I think that was a good demo. It shows the game pretty well. Again, pick up the Beginner's 4D Handbook. It is linked in the description. 87 or so pages, I think.
Yep, I think 87 exactly.
And free. You don't see that anywhere. A free 87-page book of how to roleplay. Invaluable information. Like you guys were saying earlier, even if you don't want to use all of 4D, you can pick pieces from it.
Absolutely.
Super useful.
Indeed. Nut Job. Oh, that's a good one. The Nut Job is the GM. I like that a lot. If we use that, you're getting credit for it, Austin. That's awesome.
The Nut Job. Well, anyway, I think that's about it.
Sounds good.
Guys,
yeah, this is great. Thanks for having us
everybody.
On. I appreciate it.
Thank you guys for playing, and thanks everyone for watching. Have a good one.
Take care, y'all.